Hello and welcome to another video from the Inspiration College. Now in this video what I'm going to talk about is mainly for a new person or a beginner who wants to start an online business. So let's say for example someone is selling you a WordPress website, as you can see on the screen, weight loss product reviews. So let's say that somebody is selling you this website, and now you're only going to get the website files, so you would have to upload this website to a domain name, and obviously you have to have hosting to host the website. You also need to have a domain name. So just like what I would have done some months ago, I would quickly go for a brand new domain. So I would probably go to a site like GoDaddy, and let's say I wanted this domain name. I would just put this domain name in weightlossinsider.org, and I would search for the domain to see if it's available. Now as I can see here, this domain, it's available on GoDaddy, £7.49, and maybe you could even get it cheaper from another domain name provider. But to be honest with you, if you're just starting out, and especially if you're starting on a shoestring budget, I think going for a brand new domain should be a no-no really, and I'm going to explain why I'm saying this. So what I would have done is just quickly go for a new domain, and I would buy this domain and then upload the site to it, and hoping that I'm going to get traffic, or maybe I would have to go for paid traffic. But what if you want organic traffic? That's traffic coming from Google search. So visitors would go to Google and search for weight loss, and they would find your site. That's free traffic. Free traffic, you don't have to pay for it, and it's organic. Now I'm going to show you what you should really be doing. So instead of going for a brand new domain which is not going to have any kind of backlink, because we're talking about being found on Google, you need backlink for backlinks for these domains, and you also need your domain authority, your page authority, your domain rating, and so on. So what I would actually go for if I want to get a domain, I would go for an expired domain. So let me show you what I'm actually talking about. So if I should go to this website here, and I'm going to leave the link in the description of the video, and it's called expireddomain.net. so you can go to this site if you want to search for expired domains. That's domains people were using, and then for some reason or another it's expired and it's available. So as you can see, for this list, you can create a free account from this website expireddomains.net, and you can create a free account. So that's the username, so you would get to this page here. So let's say for example I want to upload that site weight loss to an expired domain. It means that I'm going to search for like a domain with the word weight loss in it, or even weight. So as you can see here, I started out here, and the reason why I've done this before even starting the video, because the results I got, I really wanted you to see that result. So I would just type probably weight. You could type weight.com, you could use weight.com, and you know that the .com extension, those are in demand domain names. So let us use .org. So you'd have you could use .com, you could use .net. So weight.org, and when you click on search, it would bring this list up. So what you want to look for now, you see all of these domains, and all of them would have weight starting it. So that's the kind of domains you would be looking for, with the word weight loss or weight, something that has to do with weight. So I would look at all these domains, and then the next place I would look is over here to see what's available. So when you see all of these, it means that it's available. And like these, obviously like this one, you'd have to pay this or more for it. So I would look, I'm only looking for what is available, and it's expired here, so that means they're available. But how you're going to know if it's a good domain? what I would go, and how I do it, I would go to this column here, and this is the backlink column, meaning that some amount of work is done on this domain and it has gained backlinks, and do follow backlinks, and I'm talking about not just any kind of backlinks, quality backlinks. So I would go into this column and I would search. You see all of these with zeros. I wouldn't even pay much attention to these because these would have no backlink. So if you come down here, you see this one 10. So you want to look for, you know, the more backlinks you have is the better it is. But if you're seeing like a domain name with 3,000-4,000 backlinks, and then when you look over here you see that it's available, then it means that something is wrong. That domain has a lot of, it may be the spam score on it is very high, because obviously if it's a good domain you would have some vendors, like what you see, make an offer, or this one is for sale, you would have these people grab it onto it. So these ones which expired, so when I look at this I see 263, so, and this is weightlossinsider.org. If you notice earlier, that's the name I type in GoDaddy and it's available. So if you look at it, it has 263 backlinks. But I'm not really going to stop here. What I want to do is to do more research on this domain. So I'm going to go to a site here, and this site is called Free Backlink Checker. Let me just close this and do a check on it again. So that's the site, Ahrefs. So you can check the backlink of a domain on this site. So already I have weightlossinsider.org. That's the domain name. So I'm going to do a backlink check on it to see how many backlinks, you know, it has and the quality of the backlinks. So when I do a check here, so you just fill this out. Hope it doesn't give me a whole lot to do here. Wow. I probably should just keep what I have before. No, this can really be a pain, come on. So here here are the results. So the domain rating is 0.4. Now this is from 0 to 100. So obviously the higher this is the better it is for you. And the domain rating shows the strength of a target website's backlink profile compared to the others in our database on a 100-point scale. So the higher this number is, the stronger the domain name for you. And then when you look at the backlink here, you notice it has 508 backlinks. But if you look at this, 59% of it is do follow, which is good, because the rest would be like no follow links. And when you look over here, referent domain, 57% do follow, the rest would be no follow. So the higher this number again is, the better it is for you. And then when you look at the domains that, you know, link to that domain, this one has a domain rating of 77, 62, 34, 42, 30. So these numbers are not that bad, but still you have to do further checks, because it still doesn't mean that this domain is what you want. So if you go to let me go to this site now. No, this site is a website SEO checker. What this does, it checks the domain authority of your site. So as you can see, I've already done the check on this website and the domain here, and here are the results. Now the first thing I would look at is here where you see this red 33%. This is a spam score. Once I see this, I would not be interested in this domain, even though the domain authority is 11. Again, this is like from 1 to 100. So this would be a good domain for somebody just starting out, because the domain authority is 11. and I have a blog website where the domain authority is 3, and I was still qualified for Google AdSense, and I'm getting traffic to that website and earning money from Google AdSense, and it's just 3. So just imagine this domain with domain authority of 11. Obviously, if you go to like talking about domain authority of 20, 30, then you would have to pay a lot for that domain, premium rate. The page authority for this is 17, and the domain authority is really, just telling Google that your domain has some amount of authority. So when you post like blog posts or articles, it's much easier for your articles to rank in search engine of Google. There you would get free organic traffic. But this is the problem here, the spam score, because the higher this number, it is telling you it's a no-no, it's a no-go, because what this is saying is that Google has penalized this site, or has penalized some of the backlinks that this site was pointing to. And as you can actually see there, Moz spam score represents the percentage of site which with similar features that Moz found to be penalized or banned by Google. So the higher the spam score, the worse backlink profile. So if you get a backlink, if you get a spam score of 1%, everything in blue here, you would want to look for a spam score of 1%. To be honest, some people might go to 5%, but I prefer staying at 1%, because that would mean that your website, this is a good domain name you could go for with this kind of profile. And obviously, like, this is off-page SEO, so 23% off-page SEO. So this domain, I would not go for this because of the high spam score. So what I would actually do, I would go back to here and probably continue to search. So this is page 4. So if I go to page 5, here again, if you look in the backlink profile, you can see like this one, best workout to lose weight, but this domain is a bit long. The domain name is a bit long. No, not this one, sorry, this one, best way to lose weight. This is 257, and here you have one with 173, 257, but then it's not available. You would have to, they are bidding on it, so you would have to bid on this domain. So what this is saying to me is probably this domain has some good backlinks and the domain authority is high. So you notice somebody is selling this domain, and these that are available, I wouldn't be interested in them because the backlinks are very low here. This one is available, but 173, the backlink supposed to be it's not really that much, but I would come back to it if so. Let me just check another page. So here you have another page. Here you have this one. Even if you look at this one is 417 backlinks, but the domain name is so long, best exercise for weight loss. But anyway, we are going to just quickly check this and see what it's saying here. So it's going to take you to GoDaddy, and I'm actually just going here. Again, you can get it for that price. I just go here because I want to copy this domain. Then you would go back over to where you would do your backlink check. So if I could close this and then replace this with this new domain. It's telling me URL. Oh, I should put the .org. Let's do a check on this. So here, if you look at this, it has a domain rating of 0, which is a bit, this domain, a lot of work is not done on it. And then the backlinks, you have 100% do follow, and then domain, reference domain 23, 91% do follow. So these would be good, but when I look here, these websites here, I'm not seeing. You have zeros here, you have 160 here, and 25, 10, 19, and I'm quite sure that the numbers below this, because you're only, if you want to see more, you'd have to start a trial. I would not go for this one because I don't think, let me quickly check, if I check the domain authority for this one, if I just copy and paste that over here. Oh, I hate these things. Bicycles. It's like I can't even see any more bicycle. Traffic lights. Because I've been doing this, I've been using it a lot, so that's why it's doing all of this. So again, I would stay away from this because the domain authority is one, even though this is what you would want to look for the spam score. So even though this spam score is good, the domain authority is very low, so you'd have to do a lot of work on this to build backlinks, so I would stay away from that. So if you quickly try another one, and this can take a long time. I didn't want the video to be this long. So here's another one, and it's available. This one is clearwaterweightloss.org. So let us quickly do this one. And again, I just need to copy this. The reason I'm doing this is because if you want to upload that site to a domain, it's best, instead of you going and buying a brand new domain which would not have any backlink profile, it's best for you to use an expired domain which would already be ranking in Google, so you would have less work to do on that domain. In terms of, obviously you're still going to have to do work, but at least some amount of the hard work would have been done by someone else. Check again. So if you look at this, domain rating is 0.4. I thought it would be higher, but the backlink profile 1676, 77% do follow. And if you look at this, domain rating 267 and 60% do follow. So this is good because most of this is there are do follow links, reference domain, and the total number of unique domain linking to your target, and then backlink here is the total number of links from other websites pointing to your target. So the backlink profile is not that bad because it's, at least it's more than 50% do follow. The rest would be no follow. But I wish if this was a bit better. But if I check the, let me check the domain authority, because if the domain authority is like 11 or so, this would be a good domain to start out with. Wow, look at this. Oh, but here again the problem with this, no, this would be a no for this domain. So I would, even this would be good, 14, domain authority of 14. This would be good if this was not high, if this was 1% and then you have domain authority of 14, it would be very good. And when you look at this number, how high it is, then you can understand a bit why whoever owned this domain, you can understand why they allow it to expire. Because definitely if you should buy this domain, even though GoDaddy would have it as available, you would have problem with getting articles ranked, because it means that Google would have penalized some websites pointing to this and even your website, so you don't want to. But I don't want this video to be long, so I'm not going to. This is how you would do the search, and what you want to look for here, after you check the backlink, you want to come to this and you want to look at the domain authority and page authority. This is quite reasonable for a new starter, but this should be way lower than 78%. You would want it at 1%, because I've found domains with 1%, but it takes a while for you to find it. And you can also, you don't have to use .org, you can use .net, .com. So you just use like .org, .net, .com. Normally like .com, you know, a lot, because a lot of people go for .com domains, so it's really tough to find domains available in that, even though you can still find, because I've found domains like that. But .org, like if you're talking about a blog, and a lot of people might not pay attention to these extensions, so there you would find some good domains there. So that's how you would actually use this. And even if you look at this, well, this one obviously the starting price, they're bidding on this one, so that means that this one would have a good backlink profile, and spam score would be way low, because nobody's going to sell this, or even nobody going to buy it if they have to buy it for premium rate and then the profile is not good. So that's how you would do your check, just one way of doing the checks. And like, this is what I was telling you, like this one, I would not even bother to check this, because if you look at the backlink profile, 1800 backlinks, it might not be the same when you do the check like what I did, because it depends on what time this was uploaded. But if this is the same, I can guarantee that the spam score on this is high, because if you notice, it's available, and obviously you would be seeing stuff like this. Someone would have grabbed onto this and want to sell it. So that's what you would have to look for. When you see this is so high and then when you look it's available, you know something is wrong with it. If I could quickly prove to you that something definitely is wrong with that domain. That's the domain copy. So if I go here, so as you can see, if you look at this, guys, this is not that bad, even though it's from 1 to 100, but this is a good start. 6, domain authority of 6. So if you notice, but if you look at this here, even if you look at this is 2000, even more than what I was saying, 2323 backlinks, 100% do follow, and then but the reference domain is just 6, 100% do follow. And if you look down here, look at these, just one, and because they don't show you everything, you'd have to start a trial for them to show you everything. But these domains that is pointing to, it's way, even the domain itself, because this is domain rating, this one is 1, so even this domain is would have a higher rating than even what it's pointing to. So if we go over to here, and this is the last one I'm going to do, just check. So you see the spam score is 25. So this is actually saying that it's still within, you could take this domain, even though I would want it to be at 1%, but then the domain authority is a bit low, 6. This you could actually go with this, but for me personally I wouldn't go with it, because I don't really like this number, even though it's in green. When you actually see it in red, sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, this is what you want to see, spam score of 1%. This is what you want to see. So this domain you could actually go for this, but you would have to still do a bit of work, because this is 6, but it's good. The backlink, if you look at the backlink, you know, you have do follow backlinks here, which will help you with ranking. But I'm a bit concerned about these zeros here. I'm not sure how they get the backlink profile, because the backlinks might not be quality backlinks, even though they are do follow links. So the other thing you want to do, you want to look at some high numbers here that is pointing to high authority sites. So that's how you would actually do your check if you really want to upload a site, like a niche site, to a domain. Instead of you buying a brand new domain, you would go in search of an expired domain. That would help you a lot to push your, if you're doing like a blog, to push your blog forward, so that when you upload content, it's much easier to rank in Google, because you would have Google, your site, that domain would have already been established in Google anyway. So that's, instead of you going for a brand new domain, this is what you'd want to go for. So I hope this little video helps, and that you know, you will follow, you know, you will follow the, you know, this little procedure, because that's what I've done. So you would upload this site to a domain with good backlinks and all of that, so that when you write articles, it will be much easier for you to rank. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, just, you know, share it, leave a comment, subscribe, and, you know, see you in another video.